Imagine a city that stood for over 1,000 years, a fortress so powerful it was believed to be protected by God himself. This was Constantinople, the capital of the Byzantine Empire, the last surviving flame of ancient Rome. But in the spring of 1453, this legendary city faced its final, desperate hour. In this video, we'll explore the epic clash of empires, technologies, and wills that led to the dramatic fall of Constantinople. By the mid-15th century, the once mighty Byzantine Empire was a shadow of its former self. It was little more than the city of Constantinople in a few scattered territories. It was an empire of ghosts, haunted by a glorious past, but facing a terrifying future. And that future had a name: Sultan Mehmed II. Mehmed was just 21 years old, but he was brilliant, ambitious, and obsessed with one goal: conquering Constantinople. To his Ottoman Empire, the city was a thorn in its side, a Christian bastion in the heart of their territory. For Mehmed, taking it wasn't just a strategic goal, it was his destiny. Facing him was the last Byzantine emperor, Constantine XI. He was a brave and competent ruler, but he commanded a tiny army of only about 7,000 soldiers against an Ottoman force that numbered close to 100,000. The siege began on April 6, 1453. Mehmed's army was a modern marvel, a mix of elite Janissary infantry and a massive siege train. The centerpiece of this arsenal was a terrifying new weapon, the super cannon. Designed by a Hungarian engineer named Orban, this bronze monster was 27 feet long and could hurl a 1,200-pound stone ball over a mile. The sound of its firing was said to be heard from miles away. Its target, the legendary Theodosian Walls. For 1,000 years, these triple-layered fortifications had repelled every attacker. They were the most formidable defensive system in the world, but they were built for an age of catapults and siege towers, not gunpowder. Day after day, Mehmed's cannons pounded the ancient stone, slowly turning sections of the unbreakable walls into rubble. The defenders, led by their emperor, worked tirelessly every night to repair the damage, but it was a losing battle. Constantinople had another key defense: a massive iron chain stretched across the mouth of its natural harbor, the Golden Horn. This chain prevented the Ottoman navy from attacking the city's weaker seawalls. For weeks, the Ottoman fleet was helpless. Then, Mehmed devised one of the most audacious plans in military history. He ordered his men to build a road of greased logs, and, under the cover of darkness, they physically dragged 70 of their warships over land, around the chain, and into the Golden Horn. The next morning, the defenders awoke to the sight of an enemy fleet in their protected harbor. The psychological blow was devastating. For 53 days, the city held on. The defenders fought with incredible courage, repelling multiple large-scale assaults, but they were exhausted, outnumbered, and running out of hope. On the 29th of May, Mehmed ordered the final, all-out attack. Before dawn, waves of Ottoman troops crashed against the weakened walls. The fighting was brutal and desperate. At a small, unlocked gate, a group of Janissaries managed to get inside and raise the Ottoman flag on a tower. At the same time, a cannonball struck a critical section of the main wall, creating a breach the defenders could no longer seal. The Janissaries poured through. Emperor Constantine XI, seeing that all was lost, cast off his royal insignia and led his last remaining soldiers in a final, suicidal charge into the oncoming enemy. He died fighting, a last Roman emperor defending the last piece of Rome. The fall of the city was followed by 3 days of brutal plunder, but Mehmed, now known as the Conqueror, quickly restored order. He made Constantinople his new capital, renaming it Istanbul, and transformed the great cathedral of Hagia Sophia into a mosque. The fall of Constantinople was more than just the end of a city. It was the end of a 1,500-year-old empire. The event sent shockwaves across Europe, signaling the final death of the Middle Ages and the unstoppable rise of the Ottoman Empire. It spurred on the Age of Exploration as Europeans sought new trade routes to the east, and the flight of Greek scholars from the city helped fuel the Renaissance. A single day in 1453 changed the world forever. Thanks for watching. If you found this piece of history as fascinating as we do, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the events that shaped our world. Let us know in the comments what other historical event you'd like to see us cover next.